Ladies and gentlemen, I am StooDogg. We are back once again with another hit from the Jared Wars vault. This one, entitled I Feel Lost, Lonely and Confused, came after his madness of releasing umpteen videos about me, releasing various apologies and non-apologies and attacks against me afterwards, as well as his constant streaming that he was doing on another channel which he thought was hidden but wasn't, because he was subscribing to people with it and they were getting emails saying that he'd subscribed. Yeah, he's a bit nuts, but this is the follow-up, when he's come to the realization that he's fucked up. Again, a trend with Jared Wars, it's not that he avoids doing stupid things, it's that he does stupid things and then he feels like a dick afterwards. And of course, he overshares all of this to YouTube. Oh boy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this video initially came in at around about half an hour in length, 21 minutes of which I chopped out of it because he spends those 20 minutes looking for an email and he can't find it, and it's just dead boring, and it's not even worth utilizing for a reaction video. And ladies and gentlemen, let me preface by saying his material was useless, not me being lazy as in the past. I've made videos up to 6 hours in length responding to this boy. Anyway, let's get on with the first 9 minutes, which are really the only bits of interest and entertainment value out of his whole video. Begin.
I have to look at some things here. Let me just say this. The following next week there will be a video. I don't even know when that's going to be, but there will be something regarding a lot of this stuff here. There's things I did not know. Once again, what I've learned for the first time last week is the way you approach people on the internet could be the wrong way and not realizing it. In my case, I didn't even know. So that's going to be something I'm going to add on to my list of things I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, he says that he doesn't understand how to approach people on the internet, even though he claims to have been on the internet for over 10 years. How he's not picked up these journeyman skills? I don't know. I've been on the internet for at least as long as he has, perhaps not even as long as he has, and I feel far more confident in my abilities to interact with people than he seems to, as he goes about blundering from misadventure and failure to misadventure and failure.
There may be also other things that I might have missed as far as seeing people's responses.
Things that he's missed in people's responses, I don't think the word he's looking for is missed. I think the word there would be ignored, because, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Wars doesn't listen to other people. Jared Wars thinks that he's always right and everyone else in the world is always wrong. He is a big-headed, arrogant buffoon who just stumbles through the minefield of social etiquette on the internet. People try to tell him where he's going wrong, yet he ignores them. And even later, he still seems to be ignoring them, saying that, oh, well, I went and Googled it and I found an article on like BuzzFeed or something. And yeah, I used that to find the basis of where I was going wrong, rather than the personalized nature of a person that he's attacking actually saying to him, stop attacking me, this is how you're attacking me, can you stop please? And him just continuing to do so because he's an ignorant buffoon who just seems to derive some kind of cruel pleasure out of being a dick to people.
To what they meant and why they had gave me a hard time the way they did. Now, mind you, these people are probably going to think what they're going to think. They're probably going to still believe what they're going to believe. There's a lot of immature adults out in this world, and that's the truth.
Even when he's in the wrong, even when he should know that he's in the wrong, he is always on the attack, ladies and gentlemen. Arsehole.
But mind you, that maybe some parts of this shit might have been my fault.
Maybe. Just a tiny bit of accountability there, Jared Wars. No, you fully attacking people is 100% your fault. When people try to help you and you repay them by calling them fucked up people and calling all of their friends fucked up people and saying that they're all involved in fucked up shit, that's you being a dick. That's you being 100% in the wrong. Not just, oh, take a little bit of responsibility. No, that's 100% on your head. And yes, it's your free speech, and your free speech has consequences. The consequences being that everyone thinks you're a cunt.
I'm going to search on it myself.
It's where the ignorance comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. Rather than just listening to what the people who you've been attacking have been telling you, rather than listening to what observers of the situation have been saying, you're going to go and search and look for BuzzFeed articles about it.
And I'm going to find out. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a break.
A smart idea. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if he has taken a break, but Jared Wars, since making this video several months ago, has disappeared. So I sincerely hope that he is taking a break, although I do sort of have this feeling that he might have a secret channel somewhere that no one has detected yet, and he's continuing to spout his cancerous rhetoric. But I sincerely hope that he's taking a break and not making people fucking miserable, ladies and gentlemen.
And like I said, if I find anything I've done wrong or something as far as some of the points that I'm reading in the some of the emails I got from a couple people, I'll look into it and I'll go out and apologize.
No, Jared Wars. People don't want apologies after you do crazy things like this. People just want you to stop talking about them. People have been telling you this for months. People just want you to go away and leave them alone. Like, how many times has this been said to you by the people that are your victims and by impartial observers such as Hatman before you decided to be a dick to him and start randomly sending him porn? This has been said to you a lot. You don't need to apologize to people. You just need to leave them alone. You just need to stop talking about them. You just need to be aware that you're on a platform with 3.2 billion monthly users, and the things that you say could suddenly, randomly go viral and get thousands of views. You being slanderous could get thousands of views. Ladies and gentlemen, moving into our next segment, Jared Wars pulls the "oh woe is me, I have nothing to live for, I'm worse off than a terminally ill cancer patient." Ladies and gentlemen, as far as I can ascertain from his videos, Jared Wars is a very physically capable man who is in no way... He has nothing to be this upset about. And I'm talking as a person who recently worked alongside a gentleman who only had one leg. Yet this person with one leg was probably one of the most positive people I've met in my life. Jared was a fully physically able man with literally no injuries whatsoever. Just sits and vegetates and goes on about how he has nothing to live for. Again, I think he's a victim of laziness, and if he simply, as I advised in a previous video, got off his arse, got himself a job, and got out of his mum's basement, he would probably be living a higher quality of life. Of course, when I suggested that, he said, well, that's an insult. Which, no, it's not an insult. It is honest life advice. Get a job and get out of your mum's basement. Having a job is never an insult. Labour disgraces no man. However, there are times when men would disgrace labour.
Again, it's not a big deal. I mean, what the hell I got to lose? You know, you're dealing with a person that didn't have a chance at life, really. So it's no different than a person in a hospice suffering a terminal illness with no hope, in my opinion, in my own comparison. Let me think here. Let me just say that I'm looking at something. I'm not going to say it right away, but there might have been some things that I might have fucked up on.
Let us correct that statement. There are definitely a lot of things that you have definitely fucked up on since December of last year when you barreled your way into Hatman's community.
Now, the explanation of how I might have fucked up, I may have to find out for myself by searching it.
You should be listening to what the people are telling you, rather than having to look for the answers online using, I don't know, Google. Jared was. The people have told you where you have fucked up. Why are you not listening to them? Why are you not listening to your victims? Why are you not listening to the people that you have bullied and harassed and claimed that you don't understand that you're bullying and harassing them? Listen to them to realize where you are going wrong and cease.
In the meantime, I'm sure there's going to be an interesting concept for everybody to watch.
Not really. Just you overshare. Stop making videos about your mistakes. This doesn't build a good background story for yourself.
I took this channel for granted, but it turns out that even though I was right about the people that did not believe in the things I was saying and thought the stuff I was saying is silly, which I told them that this channel is not made for people.
As you stated before, you're uploading to a video platform with 3.2 billion monthly users. Therefore, your social media channel, keyword social, is designed for people whether you like it or not.
But it looks like in one way it can be, because they see something that I obviously don't see and not my intention.
I mean, despite the fact that you seem to think that your channel isn't all that great, and you seem to think that you're not all that great, some of what you say on your channel is genuinely interesting, although when I stated that to you in the past, you flew off the handle and fired all kinds of insults at me. You called me a lying bastard and all that. So, yeah, give the man a compliment and he becomes a cunt. That's something you need to work on. When someone says something positive about you, don't be a cunt to them. This is only simple. Hey dude, I love your hat. Fuck you, it's a horrible hat. Nah.
It's not necessarily the negative way, but it's just kind of, I don't know, just the way it is, I guess. It's gonna take a while to research all this stuff, but mostly I will go out to admit that I always had a habit, and my mother will tell you. Of course, my mother ain't here.
I presume he means that she's not present in the household at that time. I believe she is still alive. I mean, the war mum most definitely cannot die.
Will say that I always have a habit of jumping into things before I find out about it deeply. That I have a habit of maybe hearing the first few words to come out without hearing the rest that was said.
And the thing is, you realise that you have the problem, but you're not doing anything to fix it. Why not? All of this could have been avoided if you just stopped for a minute to think before opening your fucking mouth. Idiot. Jared Wars. Idiot. That's the title of this video. Well, maybe not. I don't think Mummy Susan would like that one.
And sometimes I could be a very annoying person to deal with.
I'm not sure if he said annoying or ignoring, but I'd be inclined to say that he is both.
To my mother regarding that, almost to the place where she'll walk away from me if she wanted to have something to say, because I'll say, hey, that's what it's about, and I'll be like going on thinking that's what it's about before other things.
Well, that's nae good. It's nae good if your mum thinks you're a dick. I mean, it's alright for the internet to think that you're a dick, but your own family? Jesus. You need to work on your problems. You really need to work on your problems.
There were some points that I think you have made, some people have made in their videos, but there are a couple things I do disagree on in it.
If you want to disagree on things, that's fine, but let's keep in mind that the people that you're talking about are your victims. The people that you have bullied and harassed. Therefore, you don't really have any ground to stand on here. Victims come first, mate. You're a bullying online abuser. You don't dictate positions.
And I'm sure, I hope, but I can't guarantee because there's a lot of ignorant people out here.
Jared Wars again, firing shots at people. Even though he's in the wrong and has been in the wrong for fucking months, he's still fucking firing shots at people like that. That is fucking disgusting, fucking disrespectful. This man is a fucking arsehole. Jesus fucking Christ.
But then some of that ignorance is me too.
You know what? Good, Jared Wars. Good comeback. I'm glad that you're able to see that you are an ignorant fucking troll.
And I'm not going to lie about that. Some of that ignorance is me myself. Because, believe it or not, there's some things I didn't even know I was ignorant to. Again, I talked about this one other thing I didn't know. And let me say it didn't begin with all these hostilities with the people. It began with learning something on my own through Google.
I don't understand why he is incapable of just listening to the people that he either deliberately or inadvertently abuses. But people who say things like, just leave me alone, just stop talking about me in your videos, please. I don't understand why he just doesn't listen to them. I don't understand why he's had to resort to finding things out through fucking Google. This guy never ceases to boggle the fucking mind. This has been a fucking trip.
I mean, as far as the people, I've had this channel for almost 2 years, Jared Wars, to the place where I just was like, people are like insane in a way that I was used to it,
Another cheeky sly dig against the people that he abuses?
I feel kind of bad that I wish that maybe I could have addressed things differently. I feel kind of bad that I wish I kind of would have saw things for what they were in a clear head.
No. Don't address things. Don't solve things. Don't apologise. Just Stop. Person contacts you and says, can you leave me alone, please? Can you stop emailing me? Can you stop talking about me in every single video? You stop doing the fucking thing. You stop emailing them. You stop talking about them in the videos. The end. Simple. You don't drag things on for fucking months. And this person told me to stop talking about them. So I'm going to email them to ask them. How do you not see this? This is obvious and evident stuff that was put right in front of you. Oh, well, I had to Google it because I'm a dick. You're either an absolute and utter idiot or a mastermind troll. And the thing is, nobody knows which, because you're so fucking good at being a fucking idiot or being a fucking mastermind troll. Whatever it is you are, you're fucking good at it. Jesus fucking Christ.
And not get upset because of my shortcomings in the past and making assumptions. I feel bad that there are people now that have looked at me in the wrong way when intentionally I want them to look at me in the right way, even though that they did not agree with me or didn't care for me.
You know how you resolve that? You stop being a dick. You don't go into people's live stream chats and call people bitches. You don't stalk and harass people using the internet. You don't trawl through people's Facebook accounts and make videos about it and then send it to them and be like, oh yeah, you look like you got the Irish in you. Oh, look at your nice house. Oh, look at your children. You don't do shit like that. And maybe people would look on you with a bit less disdain. Stop doing stupid things. And I'll say that again, only slightly louder to emphasize it. Stop doing stupid things.
I feel bad that people, because of some of my mistakes, that they have to say things to me.
You feel bad that your actions have consequences. Maybe you should think about that before you bully and harass people. Maybe you should think about that when you're thinking about your free speech, because that's actually written as part of the Free Speech US Amendment. Your actions will have consequences.
And act silly and stupid like it's kindergarten or high school or something.
Oh, he's taken that one. He's taking his own admission of saying silly things and consequences and turning it around into an attack against other people. It's all their fault. They're the ones that are acting like kindergarten children. No, Jared Wars, you're the one who's being an online cyberbully. You deserve everything that you get. Your victims lashing out at you because you are a cold, calculating villain. That's your fault for being a fucking cunt and being fucking evil to the core. So that's not the fault of your victims. Your victims are not being kindergarten children. You know a lot about schools for someone who never went to school, someone who claims to not have an education. Your victims are not being childish. They are being victims. You're the one who is truly evil.
I don't even see that stuff back in high school, but similar. I feel bad. I feel bad that some of this could be my fault.
Again with the weaseling and failing to take responsibility for what is only his own actions. Oh, well, it might be my fault. Me being an online bully and harasser and an online troll and me upsetting women online, it might be my fault. No, it definitely is his fault.
And I'm not even sure of until I'm going to find out. I think the issue is that, let's just face it. I am at a disadvantage here. Sometimes I can have my own mind, but I don't realize the difficulty where the actuality of what's on my mind sometimes might not be the way it is. In other words, I could jump the gun and say that this is how this is going to be, and it don't end up being. Now, to deal with someone like myself would require some patience, understanding, knowing the intention of the person in the first place, which is the number one rule. It's the manual that covers all the troubleshooting.
Now that's a fair enough comment to make. However, from a more nuanced side of it, you are the one who is forcing your way into people's lives, Jared Wars. Forcing your way non-consensually. In other words, you could call it social rape. You are social raping your way into people's lives. People who want nothing to do with you. People who want you to leave them alone. People who want you to stop talking about them. You are constantly talking about them and forcing your way into their lives, into their existences. And then you start making videos about their Facebook pages and sending them porn online. How you don't realise how fucked up that is, I cannot comprehend or grasp. I think this does fall down to you need to fucking stop and think about what you're fucking doing before you do the fucking stupid things. Plan your fucking life. That's not how you should be approaching things. You should be, if someone says something online, stop, think about it, think some more, maybe have a sleep, and then see how you feel about it in the morning. And then, if you think it's a good idea to approach it in a video, do so. The person from January, February, who said, stop talking about me in your videos, stop saying my name, yet you continued to do so. And in your videos, this person said that she wanted me to start talking about her and stop saying her name, and you were still fucking doing the thing that she was asking you not to do.
Really. I do, I guess, somewhat feel like a cunt in one person's language of speaking about people.
That's probably because you are a cunt.
I do somewhat feel like a bitch and a twat. Cunt, bitch, and twat. But again, and then I start to wonder if some of the people that I call bitches and cunts, with the exception of a couple things, which is only mistakes, which we all do in Maine.
Mistakes are fair enough, but you've been committing almost the same mistake for 7 months. I press X to doubt on that one, Jared Wars. This is a cold, calculated campaign of trolling from you. It's not mistakes. Don't downplay your fucking awful, obnoxious behaviour.
I start to wonder if the B's and C's have ended up being because of me, sort of, without realizing it. I'm so used to the frame of the stuff I dealt with that's negative as far as my YouTube channel.
What, you mean you just blame other people rather than taking accountability for your own actions? It's not your fault you robbed the bank. It's not your fault you stabbed someone. It's someone else's fault.
And as far as just life alone, leave the YouTube channel, leave the Jarrett thing as far as my little event towards that you, I know that I'm not, I know I can rest and feel better that nobody may not ever understand that, which is not made for y'all to do, to understand. But I am disturbed that with genuine strangers, I came off a certain way.
So do something about it. Adjust your social presence so people don't think you're a cunt. Don't produce hours and hours and hours of content where you're oversharing your life and the things that you do and the bullying and harassment that you do to other people. Stop making videos about it. You know, it's like you claim to not be bullying and harassing people, and then you outline your entire bullying and harassment campaign in your own videos. Like I say, you're either an absolute and utter idiot or the most professional troll that has been encountered.
I didn't know, but looking at some of the emails that was sent to me by one person, this is a different person altogether. I felt quite disturbed.
You felt disturbed by the effects of your actions on another person. That's only a good thing.
I think there was one video I did where I said some stuff, but that was just an assumption to thinking that maybe this person was just giving me trouble because they had sent me an email asking me a question regarding something that was made on YouTube about me that wasn't true. And I thought they was just playing games with me, and I had called them names and assumed the worst things about them.
Someone asked you a question, so you abused them.
Before I even realize anything. And a lot of this extends from my PDO, or how do you, post-traumatic stress disorder.
No, Jared Wars. Shut your face. You don't have fucking post-traumatic stress disorder. You're not a veteran. You've never fought for your country. You've never been to Iraq or Afghanistan. What the fuck are you fucking pulling out your arse? No, this stems down to your inability to think before you act and think before you speak, and your failure to recognise that your actions have consequences.
Where there's so many things, there's some things that a person goes through that sometimes their PTSD kicks in a way that they end up often do things.
You have PTSD because you bully and harass women online. Really, Jared Wars?
Maybe behave a certain way that they didn't realize until it's over and it's too late, in a way that it turns people off and it makes people think you're the worst human being in the world.
Stop being a cunt then. Duh.
There was an email that caught my eye that I didn't even see before. I swear I did not see it. It just caught my eye.
The ignorance is strong with this one. Oh, email me, and I won't read it. Whatever.
I feel kind of bad because I know that I've seen people like this before growing up. Of course, the difference between the people that I dealt with growing up and the people that I see now is that the people I grew up with, some of them had behavioral problems where they get into fights with people. You know, some of them were based on places I used to go to that were either designed for people that had behavioral problems or special needs or whichever. But this is not the same case. It's the hostility, I guess, based on my actions that is similar to those experiences I've had with the other way around with people that are not compared to them. I just, I feel like an idiot.
Too right, so you should. Stop being a dick online. Simple.
I really do. I wish I can just go back in time and just kind of maybe known this shit before.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the main interesting parts of that video, which came pretty much at the start of it. The next 25 minutes consists of him looking for an email and not finding it. And I'm not going to waste your time with that because there's not much there to dissect, to be honest, and I have respect for your time, unlike Jared Wars, who doesn't. Sits there and uploads 20 odd minutes of him looking for an email, not finding it, and going, "Oh, where's the email? Why can I not find my email? If at best, there's not even any fun if at best quotes. He's, oh, where is this? I can't find it. But anyway, we'll leave it there before I drone on and end up wasting your time after saying that I'm not going to. I have been StooDogg. If you like me, you can subscribe and like the video. If you hate my guts, feel free to hit the dislike button and be on your way. Anyway, if you do want to hang about, I'll catch you next time. See ya.